Yo, what is up guys, Red Stag here. If you haven't already seen, I released a 5 top tips video on how to get rich in Project Diablo 2, where one of the themes were Uber Tristram. Now, since releasing that video, one of my most frequently asked questions are which character should I play to do Uber Tristram on a budget? So ladies and gentlemen, let me answer that question in this video. We will be talking which character to go, what your stats and skill points are, what gear you're looking for and what stats on your gear you need, what mercenary to go for, the methodology in Uber Tristram to make things easier, and much more, so stick around. Also, please don't forget, around 95% of you are not subscribed. I really appreciate that if you get any value from this video, if you hit that like and subscribe button, it means a lot, and I will not mention that anywhere else in the video. Now, without further need for me talking, let's get into it. Your Project Diablo 2 budget Uber Tristram killer. What a mouthful. As you may or may not have guessed, the character we will be using to kill Uber Tristram on a budget is none other than the Necromancer. The reason the Necromancer works so well on a budget is he can apply powerful curses which will make sure his summons stay alive. This is in the form of Life Tap, Amplify Damage, and Decrepify. And then with the summons, particularly by summoning Urders with Crushing Blow, you're able to deal enough damage to take them down in a reasonable time frame, with very little gear. Now, for the gear on your Necromancer, you basically want stack plus skills, as much res as possible, and nice to have is faster cast rate. In my precise build, I have a total of +3 to all skills, so it's nothing too crazy, but I do have fairly good resist thanks to the Wizard Spike, although this is not necessary. Now, for completeness, I am running the Wizard Spike Bone Knife, I'm running an Ancient's Pledge Shield, Peasant Crown Hat, Spirit Shroud Ghost Armor, an Eye of Etlich Amulet for the plus skills. I've got some Trangle's Gloves, a random belt, some random boots, Nature's Peace, and a Carrion Wind Ring. Now, as you can see by most of these, they are pretty much interchangeable. If you can stack res on the rings, would be better than what I have. If you can stack res on boots, would be better. Res and skills is what you're looking for this build. Also, for the sake of showing how budget I can be, I have 0 skillers, 0 small charms, 0 large charms. And as you can see, if you didn't have the Wizard Spike, you could easily stack some resistances in your charms to make up for that and run a Spirit Sword for the extra skill anyway. So this is not a problem. With regards to skills, you want to max 3 things. Those are Curse Mastery to enable you to apply 3 curses on the bosses, Revives to max your revive number, and Golem Mastery to max the amount of golems. You also want 1 point in Blood Warp for mobility and 1 point in Desecrate to be able to get corpses on command. Now you split the rest of your points between Life Tap, Decrepify, and Amplify Damage. Life Tap and Decrepify help keep your revives alive the whole time, and Amplify Damage ensures that they're dealing as much damage as possible. For stats, you want as much Stir and Dexterity as required for your gear, and then just dump the rest into Vitality. Now, for your Mercenary, I would generally recommend that you go a Merc that has an aura that's particularly useful for your summons. So I prefer to go Blessed Aim on Act 2 to improve their attack rating to higher chance of Crushing Blow, but you could also run Act 5 with Might, or Act 3, with Cleansing or Prayer if Poison or Life Regen was an issue. But generally with Life Tap and Decrepify, your summons are staying alive enough anyway, so you want to somehow improve their offensive attributes with your Merc. Now, my Merc's gear is really simple. It's an Insight, and then other notable item is Goblin Toe and String of Ears. Basically, you want to be stacking increased attack speed and Crushing Blow where possible, and Lifesteal is another welcome attribute, but not necessary because you will be casting Life Tap. So first things first with the methodology, you want to go to Act 4 River of Flame and cast some Desecrates to get Urder corpses to revive Urders. The reason for this is they provide Crushing Blow, and then you summon your 5 Clay Golems, and your Clay Golems will help to slow alongside with the Decrepify so that the bosses aren't attacking too frequently. Now, you always want to fight the bosses one at a time, so try your best to lure one out and then you can teleport onto it so all your summons attack at the same time and move slightly away. Making sure that your 3 curses are always up, and in between your curses being up, feel free to cast Desecrate and Corpse Explosion to help increase your killing time. One little tip here with Baal: when you teleport on him and see which direction he is facing, make sure that you go behind him so that he's focusing your summons on the other side. This way, if he casts his large V-shaped cold attack, you will never get hit by it as you're at the other side of him. And it's as simple as that. You keep your 3 curses on. If you run out of Erders, you can even spawn them in Uber Tristram. They're also called Gore Bellies. And so you should be able, from your first run, to be able to kill them one after the other as you isolate them and focus them down, maintaining your curses up at all times. Pretty ironic torch drop, right? Either way, you can see how easy Uber Tristram can be with the right build on a budget. Let me know in the comments if this is something that you're going to try in the future, maybe in Season 2, and how you get on with it. I'm also always open to some advice to improve the build, or if you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment and I will get back to you. So until next time, have fun with Uber Tristram. Red Stag out. GG.